Well, David, disappointing result tonight. What sort of things did you learn from your team?
I think we learned a lot. I think it was goals change games. We know that. First half was fairly even. We had more shots than them and things like that. But if you're not clinical, I suppose it was the opposite of off Saturday in the league. I thought we had some really good moments. We're trying to do the right thing as a football club. Opportunities. I don't just mean to say Fortune and Alex. I'm on about Neo, for example. Young kid on loan. Come on, let's see you. Let's have you learn what we've got. Thought he did really well. Jude was outstanding. But then there's others that we think is closer to learning and then they don't do as well. But then we're talking about human beings, so I'm not going to sit here and go X was a bit worse than what we thought, or we thought we were further on. That's the nature of this game. We're all humans. We're not all tickety-boo, in every game. So we just said to them, we'll watch the game back and we'll do what we normally do and review it and go through it with them. And we'll understand where we went wrong and what we didn't do so well. So I thought it was a really good exercise in that sense. We can't put on a training session like that. Nobody can. So really, really sort of good. And as much as we can use Man United as a reference point, we can also use tonight. And I think that's really important, that the players understand that as well, those that played and those that didn't play. And that's the challenge going forward, if you like, to be as good as Doncaster were tonight.
And you had the luxury as well to rotate your squad. You made 11 changes, so completely changed squad. That's obviously a nice position to be in, isn't it?
Yeah. Look, we're trying, like I say, we're trying to do the right thing. And sometimes I can remember, I think I said in the week, the most pleasing result in pre-season was Boston United away, 24 hours after we beat Lincoln here, because we looked sort of replicated the night before, if you like. Tonight, that's not quite the same. But that's, we all want to win. Of course we do. But we all, there's a bigger picture to it. And these games, maybe I look at it a bit different. I don't know. I think I probably do than most. We've got to use them as them really, really high sort of development games, and I don't want to get sort of caught up in that, if you like, or get questioned on integrity or the value of the competition, because we value it, but we value it for our reasons. And if that ends up in a 3-0 defeat, we'll lick our wounds and we'll look at it from a pure result point of view and say it's a bad result. From lots of other areas of the game, we actually go, we've learned a lot there, both as staff, as players, so that's really important from tonight, I think.
Looking a bit at personnel as well, you said yesterday about your importance that you want to play young players. You did two appearances in Alex and Fortune. Speak a little bit about what you thought of them and their performance. Yeah,
look, it's interesting because that's true. You've also got a keeper in the goal making his debut. You've also got Sam Lavelle, an experienced player but making his first appearance for 6 months or whatever it is. You've got a left back who's, for the last 2 years, has been playing Conference North. We had a number 6, like you just mentioned, in Fortune, first half. You've got centre half. So before you know it, all your back five are playing, in they're coming back into the game. Sam, 6 months, Reece, from a low level is still finding his feet sometimes, and it looks really good sometimes, a bit inconsistent, but it's like, come on, keep. He was like us this time last year, winning one game, not winning another, inconsistent, and it's like, come on, find your feet. So then you're talking about Zach Gilson who comes on the pitch. It's his first competitive game for 18 months. Jude, I thought Jude was outstanding, one of the best players on the pitch.
What in particular stood out?
I thought he's finding his feet in terms of the physicality of it, the tempo of it, his progress from academy football to first team football, and just because he's had a year at Cordoba where he's made 7 appearances. It's different. It's different to English Division 4. It is. It's a different type of intensity. But in this last 2 weeks, he's been the best player in training, and he's carrying that on tonight. So they've all got this journey they're on. You know, we're putting Justin up front, for example. It's like, come on, are you as good tonight as you've been in previous games when we put you up front? Off the side, he was fine. So all these things, forget your Jamies and your Evs, we sort of know what they can do, and we're trying to find out all these things and give not just young players in terms of age, but young players like a Sam at this club, picking up our principles, how we play. You know, how much have you picked up? But also understanding that his first game for, I say 6 months, I don't actually know the number, it might be 5 or whatever, but it's a long time. So it's like, you know, come on, all these sort of different journeys they're on, and making sure they understand what we are. And tonight it looked a bit clunky at times. I thought once we'd understood that what their press was, we were better for it. And like I said, I actually thought if you take the goals out, first half, we'll probably just about shaded it. But that's, people will think I'm bonkers when I say stuff like that. Second half different, kettle of fish. Fine, get it. But you learn a lot about these players, and that's what it's about these nights.
Commiserations tonight. Thank you.